Hi, I'm Sailor Minimoon, Rini, and I'm Sailor Pluto, Tissa. And today we're going to talk about this one thing that, you know, happens or does not happen, so let's talk about it. Alright, so a lot of folks out there always ask us why we don't do YouTube live streams as much as we once did. Well, keep in mind that a YouTube live stream is a live streaming of a film, but it takes a lot longer. You gotta put more time aside to do it. Like, you just can't start a live stream and then do it for like an hour and then do it for like a span and be done with it. So you gotta, if you want to make a long one, you gotta put a lot of time aside where you don't have anything else you have to do during the day. And we always have a lot of things we do during the day, so that's why we don't do them as much as we used to. But anyway, so everyone always asks us, and it's mostly probably about what is our thoughts. What did we think? You know, all right. So it always comes up that about Power Rangers. Oh, some folks out there are going to wonder if we have anything against them or not. And the answer would be no. You know, Power Rangers came from Super Sentai. We want to call it Over Fighters. We had and Sailor Moon came from Over Fighters too. Well, at least that's where the thought came from. And no, there was never a fight between us. Both of us had our own little stead. True, Power Rangers was a lot more true. Power Rangers was more had the more better time, the greater time slots on Fox at the time. And even when it went from Siobhan to Disney, it even had the good times on ABC Family and Toon Disney and ABC, and even when it went back to Siobhan and it stills with Nickelodeon and Toon Nick, and even going to Hasbro. There was never a true fight between us. There may have been some kind of fight between Siobhan and Deke over, but at the end of the day, I don't really think it wasn't even a hang up. It was true that we showed up, that we were before the Power Rangers. Power Rangers didn't show up until '93. We showed up in '92. But at the end of the day, there wasn't really any kind of, you know, most folks didn't even know about our show until 1995 YL. So by the time Deke got the rights to work the show over here, the Power Rangers had been on free followings by then, the Strength Keepers. And we didn't get the good time slots. Not on UPN or CW, not on WB or UPN or Fox. We didn't really get the good time slots on it. Yeah, on USA and Cartoon we got the good time slots, but that was it. So there was an actual fight between us, you know, and a lot of folks thought that the only grounds to why we even came over was on that. Another thing that some folks would uh yeah, you're right about that, Sailor Mini Moon. I don't really think at the end of the day, I don't think we have any. We actually have a lot of ONLOOK for the Power Rangers or Strength Keepers. Yes, there are a lot of overlaps and a lot of things that happen on the Power Rangers or Strength Keepers that happen on our show. But I just chunk it up for one show being shifted or fostered from another show, and one happening to, you know, and one show happened to be offshooted from the other. Keep in mind, Nako Takaguchi was a follower of Super Sentai or Over Fighters. And Han Siobhan saw that and wanted to do his offshoot Power Rangers Strength Keepers from it. So at the end of the day, I think there will always be overlap between the two, you know. And I don't really think that overlap was done by goal. It's not like, oh, well, I saw them do this on this show, so we need to do that. Keep in mind that by the time, keep in mind, I think that, yeah, both shows may have took some, there may have been some may have been some freedoms. You know, Naoko Takaguchi seeing what they did there. But I think at the end of the day, it was mostly just chunk it up to luck. I don't really think that there was. At the end of the day, I don't think there was. I don't think that Sailor Moon was taken from the Power Rangers, and Power Rangers or Strength Keepers was taken from Sailor Moon. There may have been a lot of overlap between them, since a lot of the things were, one was offshooted from the other, while the other one was fostered from the other. So no, there was no. So we never had no hang up with them. I hope that answers everything. You know, if folks want to ask us about if we had what our thought on them was, and why we only had for like 5 followings, and they wanted to at least have 20 or 21 or 22 or 23 by now, or 25 by now. Good for them. You know, there are only so many Farseer shows out there that can do that, and it was good the Pioneers did. Another thing that some folks always wonder about us is did we ever see them as a show that we had to fight against and that we could not win? Oh, right, Sarah Pluto. Yeah, can I take this, Sarah Pluto? Sure. No, at the end of the day, there wasn't any fighting really going on between us with both of our shows. Keep in mind, we had not the good time slots. Not on WB and on UPN back then, not on Fox. So, we really couldn't do a lot of fighting. And even when we had the time, even when we got our time on Cartoon and our time on USA, we still didn't do very well. So, we didn't get the same time slot. You know? So, we didn't really get the same time, we didn't really get the same looking and watching that we wanted to get. And, even if we wanted to fight them, we could not. They had a good time slot. You know, we always had the bad ones. The time slot, except on Cartoon. But even then, it didn't always get the good time slot. Even it didn't really get a lot of looking and watching. Because when WB and UPN pulled out and Fox pulled out on it, and when ABC and CBS and NBC pulled out on airing to stop airing our show or running our show, and that soon also would lead to Cartoon to stop airing it, and USA too. So we really didn't get that good. So we couldn't fight them Power Rangers even if we wanted to. So hopefully this answers everything you want to ask about us as far as what our thought on the Power Rangers were. At the end of the day, it was a good show. It's still a good show. It's still going on to this day, which I can't believe it still is. But that's all we're going to say. Sailor Pluto, Sailor Mini Moon, we'll see you later.